Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Full Stack Adda. Today I am going to start a new course on Spring Boot. So prerequisites to learn Spring Boot. You must learn the Java concepts first, and you need to learn servlets. And JDBC is optional, but if you want to learn the Spring Data JPI, you must learn JDBC concepts as well. And you need to learn Spring first. And required softwares in this series, I'm going to use the Spring Boot 3. So for Spring Boot 3, you must install JDK 17 or above, and you need one IDE, either Eclipse or STS or IntelliJ to practice Spring Boot concepts. And Maven, it is optional. If you want to build the project from command prompt, you need it. Otherwise, it is optional. And you need Postman to test the RESTful APIs. What is Spring Boot? Spring Boot is a Java framework which is used to create Spring Boot applications. Many people think that Spring Boot is an alternative to Spring Framework. No, we actually use Spring Boot to develop the Spring based applications. In the next slide, we will see the Spring Boot features. So those features really made the developer easy to develop the Spring based RESTful web services. So these are all the Spring Boot features. This also covers the differences between Spring Framework as well as Spring Boot Framework. Dependency management. If you work with old Spring projects, so to start the project, so you need to first write the what are all the dependencies needed for our application in the pom.xml file. So we need to list down each and every dependency in the pom.xml file. Now with the Spring Boot, we don't need to declare all the dependencies. We just need to write the some starter dependencies in the pom.xml. Those starter dependencies will automatically download the whatever the required dependencies to our application. Example, if you are developing RESTful web services, you just need to add a Spring Boot starter web. It automatically adds whatever the required Spring Framework jars as well as those dependency jars to the our application. And second point, we can create the standalone Spring applications. Meaning, so we can after developing the application, we can just build the jar and we can run that jar using the command prompt. And third, it comes with the embedded server. So earlier we need to build it as a var file, and that one we deploy into some server. Now we don't need to do that externally. So it comes with the embedded server. So you can just run the application with the java -jar command. And fourth one, so if you work with earlier Spring project, so we used to do the XML configuration and which involves metadata for the Spring framework to run the application. With the Spring project, we don't need to provide that XML or Java configuration. So based on the dependencies, what we have added in the pom.xml file, Spring Boot automatically does that configuration. And fifth one, actuator. Now here I will try to cover the in simple words. So it is actually used to monitor and manage our application after deployment. So one use case is to check whether our application is up and running. So we can use the actuator endpoint to check it. So more features we will learn in the actuator concept. And the last one, DevTools. Earlier, if you make any change to the Java file, to see that change, you must stop the server and restart again. With the Spring Boot DevTools feature, you don't need to do that. Once you save the file, it automatically restarts the server. So these are all the Spring Boot features, and it also covers the difference between Spring Framework as well as the Spring Boot. These Spring Boot frameworks are really helpful for developers to develop the RESTful APIs easily. So these are all the for today's video. So let's meet in another video. Thank you guys. Bye.